insane.
So you realize you
Tim Walz, his whole job here is to really just kiss up to whatever Kamala says. Like, oh yeah, I'm so in favor. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to help her. And no, like, damn, bro, be a man, bro. No, bro.
President Walz, the country is just starting to get to know you. I want to ask you a question about how you described your service in the National Guard. But you said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone. The campaign officials said that you misspoke. Did you?
Well, first of all, I'm incredibly proud. I've done 24 years of wearing the uniform of this country. Equally proud of my service in the public school classroom, whether it's Congress or the governor. My record speaks for itself, but I think people are coming to get to know me. I speak like they do. I speak candidly. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I speak especially passionately about our children being shot in schools and around guns. So I think people know me. They know who I am. They know where my heart is. And again, my record has been out there for over 40 years.
Yeah, we know.
For itself.
And
Tell you I'm calling.
So what's
the idea that you said that you were in war? Did you misspeak as the campaign has said?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. You keep doing that, bro.
Bro, that was it. He avoided the whole place.
You're not gonna let him mind speak to y'all. Just stand, dog. Some of the questions I ain't hearing.
He never said anything about the carrying guns in war part.
No, he brought up
That you said that you were in war. Did you misspeak as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English, you told my grammar's not always correct. But again, if it's not this, it's an attack on my children for showing love for me, or it's an attack on my dog. I'm not going to do that. And the one thing I'll never do is I'll never demean another member's service in any way. I never have.
Just one other question, because again, this is all new. However many days ago, this was not either of your bingo cards, especially yours. You had to clarify that you had said that you and your wife used IVF, but it turned out you used a different kind of fertility in order to have children. And then when you ran for Congress in 2006, your campaign repeatedly made false statements about a 1995 arrest for drunk and reckless driving. What do you say to voters who aren't sure whether they can take you at your word?
Because you're a liar.
Well, I've been very public. I think they do see my students come out, former folks I've served with, and they vouch for me. I certainly own my mistakes when I make them. The one thing I'll tell you is I wish in this country we wouldn't have to do this. I spoke about our infertility issues because it's hell. Families know this. And I spoke about the treatments that were available to us that had those beautiful children there. That's quite a contrast to folks that are trying to take those rights away from us. And so I think people know who I am. They know that record. They've seen that. I've taught thousands of students. I've been out there. And I won't apologize for speaking passionately, whether it's guns in schools or protecting of reproductive rights.
I'm sorry, I had to say it, bro. You keep talking about school, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to, bro. School should be 3 times. Yeah, but I'm sorry. People use like controversial and like sad issues like that to push their This is weird. Oh, I'll get with that.
Yeah, he said,
Why is he gonna cry?
Because he's talking about fertility. He's talking about his wife having kids.
We've seen that. I've taught thousands of students. I've been out there. And I won't apologize for speaking passionately, whether it's guns in schools or protecting of reproductive rights. The contrast could not be clearer between what we're running against. The Vice President's position on this has been clear. And I think most Americans get it if you've been through that. I don't think they're cutting hairs on IVF or IUI. I think what they're cutting hairs on is an abortion ban and the ability to be able to deny families the chance to have a beautiful child.
Wow.
Vice President Harris, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years right after.
He just said that these people
I'll
are.
tell you. Trump and Tulsi Gabbard came out today and spoke out in favor of IVF, which is some sort of
It helps to have babies.
birth alternative. And she even said she needed to try it. She couldn't have babies with them. So she said she feel so the way he tried to spin that, oh, these people don't want people to have babies. He's trying to victimize it. You see how he did that? He said, I will never talk about another person's service. People want to talk about my children. He's trying to victimize himself. Man, be a man. Stand on what you said. You lied, and that's it. You're a liar. No matter if people say you a soft guy and you're a good person. You're also a liar. Just I own it. I lied. Don't try to spin it and victimize yourself. So you're a liar and she's a flip-flopper. So as I've said from the beginning, I find all of this hard to believe.
No, it's just
That's why you're not supposed to believe shit.
it's crazy that people was trying to stop people from killing babies. Now you're trying to say they're not trying to have people have babies.
That's so crazy.
Big burger my ass, man. Don't tell them what that fucking meat is. I'm about steak burger. That might be motherfucking sheep, beef, leaf, any kind of meat, pig or beef. All rolled into one. I know y'all be taking shit all off the floor and be making shit out of it. That's that bullshit. Oh, the fucking shame. Bitches don't want to skip the commercial. I want to get rid of the commercial.
So they just don't want nothing to happen to nobody. They
I don't know. They flip-flop for the agenda for the year. I don't know what.
They said the Republicans don't want y'all to have babies no more.
Under President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people? No, not at all.
Double down, I'm a liar.
Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the Americans. And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. He has the intelligence, the commitment, and the judgment and disposition that I think the American people rightly deserve in their president. By contrast, the former president has none of that. And so, one, I am so proud to have served as Vice President to Joe Biden.
You have none of that, but you just said on like part 2, you haven't met the guy. Nah, seriously.
And two, I'm so proud to be running with Tim Walz for President of the United States and to bring America what I believe the American people deserve, which is a new way forward, and turn the page on the last decade of what I believe has been contrary to where the spirit of our country really lies. Like the last decade, of course, the last 3.5 years, it's been part of your administration. I'm talking about an era that started about a decade ago, where there was some suggestion, warped, I believe it to be, that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of where I believe most Americans are, which is to believe that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what's at stake as much as any other detail that we can discuss in this election. Because we haven't had a chance to talk, I'm just curious, staying on President Biden. When he called you and said he was pulling out of the race, what was that like? And did he offer to endorse you right away, or did you ask for it? It was Sunday. So here, I'll give you a little too much information. Go for it. There's no such thing as a vice president. My family was there with us, and including my baby nieces, and we had just had pancakes and, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang, and it was Joe Biden. And
why did it take so long?
We decided to do. And
nobody called me out to a post.
I asked him, "Are you sure?" And they said yes. And that's how I went about it. Did you ask for it?
No, she's sitting there acting like she's very
support me. So when he called to tell you, he said, "I'm pulling out of the race and I'm going to support you." Well, my first thought was not about me, to be honest with you. My first thought was about him, to be honest.
Like the little white boy be doing bullshit.
A number of things.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I think history is going to show that in so many ways it was transformative, be it on what we have accomplished around finally investing in America's infrastructure, investing in new economies, in new industries, what we have done to bring our allies back together and have confidence in who we are as America and grow that alliance.
Again.
What we have done to stand true to our principles, including one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I think history is going to show not only has Joe Biden led an administration that has achieved those extraordinary successes, but the character of the man is one that he has been in his life and career.
A liar. That's what he's been in his life and career. A career liar.
Standout moments, aside of course from the addresses that you both gave, but standout moments that were perhaps unexpected during the convention. You mentioned one of them, Governor. A moment that you shared, that the world shared with your son Gus. You were speaking, the camera caught him, so incredibly proud of you, so emotional, saying, "That's my dad."
This is trying to make him
Yeah, I don't know as a father I could have ever imagined that. I'm grateful for so many reasons to be on this ticket, but that moment, to understand what was really important, to have my son feel a sense of pride.
Yeah,
that was
yeah, but you're fucking everything with the court. Your son is a dime in my book, but you ain't with the court.
It brings notoriety, but it was just such a.
Your son did the proud thing that anybody would do.
I'm grateful I got to experience
when something was happening for them.
I'm so proud of you.
You did, but not really knowing who you are, your son wouldn't jump up in and applaud for your mom ass. That was just that level of life that was in him that stood him up.
We can be different. We can show some of these things, and we can have families involved in this. And I hope that there was. I hope people felt that out there, and I hope they hug their kids a little tighter because you just never know. Life can be kind of hard.
And last question, Madam Vice President, the photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces that you were just talking about was watching you accept the nomination. You didn't explicitly talk about gender or race in your speech, but it obviously means a lot to a lot of people, and that a viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
You know, I am running because I believe that I am the best person to do this job at this moment, for all Americans, regardless of race and gender. But I did see that photograph, and I was deeply touched by it. And you're right, she's the back of her head, her two little braids, and then I'm in the front of the photograph, obviously speaking. And it's very humbling. It's very humbling in many ways.
Wow.
Oh, she had a lot to talk about.
What a waste of start. That was the most scripted part of the whole interview. Yeah, that was the most scripted shit I've ever seen. It's just like all rambling nonsense talking about a lot. No, their whole political campaign is all performative politics. It's all stuff to make people feel good and clap. What did Lenny say on TV? It's all about life. They're not talking about nothing. Oh my God, some of my values have not changed. And why is your position changed if your values have not changed? So you're lying. You just admitted to being a liar. Tim Walz got pressed on being a liar. He said, "Yeah, I lied. I'm a liar." He lied on that school. He said, "Even though I'm a liar, I would never make fun of nobody else. Even though I'm a liar, they just want to make fun of my family." What? Shut up, bro. It's all BS. He said, Kamala is the wall. I'm the president, vice president. We're done. Like, no. We're done.
Man, it'd be like Jay-Z and R. Kelly going on that motherfucking Best Both World tour. This shit could be twisted all fucked up. Literally, it could be twisted all fucked up.
How about the car, like that was actually going to do something? The cars, that's right. I know. Maybe they did a lot of their parts off, maybe that's the cars. Who knows? It just didn't get anything out of that 30 minutes. Well, I mean, I'll definitely tell you what I got. I got to really look and see that this is, and confirm